demonstration.
I think it is nice to have other things in your life that you do rather than solely racing.
Right now, this off season is very awkward for me. It's just kind of go with the flow, which is not me at all. And it's important. It's about letting go and just being normal. That's part of the process. Live like a normal person. Now I get to watch late night TV, you know, and training season, late nights is recorded. I never get to see the later shows, you know, like some like the CSI shows are on at 10 o'clock. You know, I've never watched that live. I get to watch it live.
I've had sort of a little hip flexor adductor thing that's been going on, you know, when I think about it for quite some time, probably since like last year.
Well, whenever an athlete like Heather or any of the endurance athletes has a problem that appears to be in their hip, we're concerned about a stress fracture.
I sort of managed it through Hawaii last year when I was feeling it, you know, a lot when I would do the long runs and stuff, but it didn't stop me from doing anything. And then the end of the year came, and I didn't feel like, I had forgotten about it, to be honest. It was like, end of the year, I'm not going to go get a massage, I'm not going to stretch, I don't care. I never really took care of it.
Treating them is much more difficult than the average person, and because they don't want to miss out on their training program.
And you have a lot of time to think when you're laying around all day. As everybody else is getting in such good shape, I'm losing everything I have. You know, so you go through a little bit of the self-pity and the, oh, poor me sort of thing. And then it's like, you know what, then you get over it and you're like, you know what, it's February. You know what, Hawaii isn't until October, you know, and that's the big race.
You know, I used to be one of the stronger cyclists in the sport. When I first broke onto the scene in Ironman 1996, people knew me as, you know, okay swimmer, great on the bike, okay on the run. And it seems like over the years, my running has become more of a focus because I've always wanted to become a better runner. Well, last year in Hawaii, we have a German. We actually had about eight guys from Europe that just went off the front, and it became a bike race again. So this year has been, I gotta get my cycling back.
Wow, we were really getting out here in the middle of nowhere. That's what I love.
Well, I've been living in Victoria since '95, and I've always done most of my training in the wintertime. For some reason, this year, I just couldn't get out the door to do my rides. I got beat last year in Hawaii on the bike, and I need to get my cycling back. So I realized, you know, I need to put in some major miles on the bike, and it wasn't happening in Victoria. So I've been coming down here to Tucson, you know, since '93, always for 2 to 3 weeks. And this year I decided, you know what, I need to get on my bike. So I basically packed up my truck, and I'm down here for 2 months. And it's been the best thing ever. The day I got here, I rode 5 hours. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to win the Hawaii Ironman. And this is where it starts. You know, this is laying the foundation for the rest of the year. I've been putting in 32, 34 hours a week of training.
I go through the smaller puddle.
You know, the training's not hard. It's just a water. It's just putting in that foundation. Last year I didn't do it. Last year I got sick, and then there were sponsor obligations. I was dating quite a bit. I was going out late. Well, none of that's happening here. Now this is the key. This is what's going to set me up for the rest of the year. I definitely call this my hermit training phase. You know, I excel when I put myself in these little hermit environments. No one knows where I am. No one can find me. All my great Ironman performances in the past is when I've left Victoria and hit out for a month and just done my day in, day out training. I feel like I'm getting fitter every week. Every week that goes by, I'm that much stronger than I was the week before. You know, I'm going up Mount Lemmon, and the gears are 2 gears harder going up than it was when I first got here. I love watching that transformation. I love that day in, day out training. My mind wanders all over the place. So, thinking about, I don't know, just everything. It's kind of why I like long rides. It's just so much time where you can just, your thoughts are all over the place. Sometimes it's just like nothing. And then other times I'm thinking about my pedal stroke and thinking about just my position on the bike. Another time I'm thinking about competitions, so I said, I'm going to ride like this in Hawaii or in Germany. And other times I'm just kind of like thinking about, today I was thinking about my roommate. He's kind of breaking up with this girl. I'm just like, he's doing it all wrong. So, yeah, it's all over the place. I think that's why I love long bike rides so much. It's just, your mind goes everywhere. And I think that's why I like riding by myself so much. Sometimes the isolation really gets to me. It's not so much on the major training days. It's the days where I have light training, and you're just sitting around, and there's no interaction. As a human being, you like interaction. So that kind of gets to you sometimes. But I know that's only 1 or 2 days out of a couple of weeks that kind of hits me. Where it's like, oh, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have anything. I'm just training every day. And it's a lot different than what normal people do. I could never support Lori before a race because I was into my race. And her was the same. A lot of times, I'd be like, oh, I wish my wife could actually help me out, just be my support crew. And it never worked that way.
Go for it, baby.
As long as I'm racing, relationships are going to be hard. As for me to excel, I need to do these periods of being in a hermit. And when I was married to Lori, I would do these. I'd go away 3-4 weeks, and I look back and I was like, I can't believe she hung in there all those years when I was doing that. That's how I excel. So I think as long as I'm racing, relationships are going to be difficult.
She and Peter live together and work together. Tough for some, but for them it works.
I still wish that I was married, and that everything would be just steady.
Soon, Lori Bowden and Peter Reed will be married. And what a day for the couple. He's first, she's second. That is some powerful DNA.
Because I want to have kids. I do. I totally do. But does my personality allow me to have kids? Like I said, because I become a hermit, and then I like to be around people, and I kind of go back and forth every time. Is that suitable to being a dad? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. Maybe I'll change.
Why do you want to
I see the energy, and I see the power, and just seeing something that looks up to you, and that you can help guide and show the way, and just when you see parents, it's almost like a magical. You see the bond there. It's pretty special. Ever since Lori, I've been dating and seeing other people, and it's been hard. Like Lori's a world champion. She's a beautiful girl. She's very outgoing. So it's been hard meeting somebody with someone like that in my past. Who knows? I just don't hope I grow up with my cat.